Restoration. This is the title of this journal. I thought I would share it with you, show you some of the pages. I haven't shared much of this journal, and yeah, sometimes you need to rest and get your batteries back and recharged. And yeah, let's get into this journal. This was one of the first journals that I created where I combined artwork with journaling. I felt that they had to be separate because I guess I hadn't worked out for myself what it was I was gonna use the journal for, and I was painting images, and then I was thinking, oh, but perhaps that could be, you know, like a painting that I do for somebody else. But then it was just like, this is for you. This is the ways in which you can use your journaling to express what may be in your unconscious mind, and just work through, you know, different things. And so I would paint and then go back and do some journaling, and some of the pages, as you'll see, I haven't done. But for the very beginnings of this book, it was just like, this is what I needed, and so that's how I use the journal. So if you're doing the art journal pages that I've been doing alongside the podcast for the Creating in Faith episodes that happen on Monday, usually on Monday, sometimes I think this, you know, sometimes they do get posted later, but you're gonna get 3 each week. And I guess the journals that I've working through at the moment have more writing than imagery, and yeah, I guess it's just the way that I'm working at the moment. This journal is made from I've recycled a prospectus, a university prospectus, and this was for a course that I did. I taught just about textures and using gesso and using textures, and I will be sharing that with my patrons. The course will be available. I love it. Look at this. Look at the, I don't know whether you'll be able to pick up some of the texture, but I love the colours. And this for me, oh, look at that. Look at the sequin waist, hearts on the face. It's lovely. That's what I love doing in my journals. And yeah, it's a way of escaping. And then where there is texture, I've used like a rub-on, a gold rub-on, that then just highlights it in gold. But yeah, some of the pages are just, this one says nurturing the child within. Sorry, there's a door upstairs that's not properly latched. This one says get rid of the mind chains, love thyself, and then I've journaled. Step, what does that say? Stepping out, no longer hidden. This one, and then it's almost like she emerges here. Courage. But yeah, this was all about, again, experimenting and creating pieces that it was just about spending time. So I hope that if you're interested in doing maybe something like this, the start will be, you know, it's like prepping pages. So prepping pages, like as I said, this one is from the first one I did in December, but I prepped the pages, but I could always go in now and create an image So your book is like an ongoing process. If I fancied working in something small like this and I decided, hey, I wanted to do an image, I could do if I wanted to. Or like with these ones, I created the background, created the image, and then I journaled. So it was a nice way to do it. I think I've shown some of these on my Instagram, but I will be sharing more on the blog so that you can see. And some of the images will be available. You won't get all the writing in there, but you'll get the, like, you'll get, if I did this page, the writing would be slightly blurred, so that it's personal to me, but I want to share the image because the image encapsulates some sentiment. So some of them, you know, doesn't have any writing on. I liked this one. This one says, dreams waiting to be birthed. So all the things that you are hoping for yourself, don't sit on them, you know, go forward. This was Clint. It was done in that style, kind of done in that style. I've got some gold. This is bronze paint, and I've got a bit of gold here and there, but I like this one. And then just some different, playing with some stamps. Well, I was using the stamps in something else, and then I had excess, so I utilised it here. Again, there's lots of texture on the pages, and every kind of image looks kind of different. Yeah, this one had a little bit of journaling here, but I wanted the feeling. So the feeling of being, this is the Caribbean, and feeling the sun. Okay, the sun is not on her face, it's behind her, but she's just like at peace, closed her eyes and just taking it all in. This says out. I've done some journaling. I've done some journaling all over actually. Very faint. And then again, experimental pages where I'm playing with supplies, seeing how they work on the paper. This is water-soluble crayons with gesso, so I've applied the water-soluble crayons and then just used gesso to activate, and this is with water, so the feeling is very different. The only thing with these, the Reeves, is that when you apply it to paper, it's very difficult to write on. Again, just like experimenting, more experimenting, but just with words, and using, again, they're water-soluble crayons. More play. I've used like an oil-based crayon and added gesso on top. And I went through a phase of working with oil pastels, so I was just experimenting. And even I liked the bit where, so I created this particular page first with the oil pastels, and then I created this, and as I was doing all the patterns on the face, it came out on the back, and I want to do something with that. Again, just play, stuck that in, and I've randomly worked through some of the pages, still playing, still experimenting with supplies. And this is my journal. Yeah, this is one of the journals, experimenting with paint. And just whatever you feel like at that time, you've got this journal to be able to do that in, and it's just for you to play. So I said previously in another video that I don't like throwing away images of people, especially family, so I will utilise it in a journal. This was just taken a photograph of my son, and I'd made a photocopy of it because I was going to, he was doing some books and I think he was going to cover it, so it was sticky back paper, and then it's lost its stickiness over the years, so I glued it in here and started this page and can use it to journal in. Here's some more experimentation with fabric. These are my fabric scraps. I wouldn't necessarily normally mix a book like this with fabric. I even like the look of this, all the pages with the richness of the work in it. So I started creating an image which you can see here, but when you look close you can see it better from further away, but when you look close, so what I'd probably come in and do is do some journaling on here. And then I think these were the last 2 pages of the experimentation as yet, and I've got some papers that are gonna come in handy for something, but I hadn't journaled in this way or worked in my art journal, so these were a couple of pages that I just wanted to start. With this one I have created a sculpture. I'll get the sculpture. The dog is sitting right behind my chair. It's just like the amount of space you've got in this studio to sit, you have to plonk yourself right behind my chair and he's sleeping like he's... Anyway, so this is a sculpture and I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to start painting images of the sculptures? That's, you know, it doesn't have to be exact, it's just the essence of it. I guess most people would have sketched the sculpture, so as I say, you know, I don't plan them, and this is the finished piece. It's got 3 images on and it's called IC3. Yeah, so I wanted to create some paintings of some of my sculptures that I've done, and have used, I've collaged the page and a bit, there's some collage on there, and then any excess has gone onto this page. So that is my restoration. There's still pages to be done. I like this size of journaling. It's not easy to carry it around with you in the sense, but I mean, if you, well, it could be, I mean, but I don't carry this around with me because I want to protect it. I love the texture on the page and on the back. This is used gesso, so I had a map, a grid map stencil, and I've just applied gesso to the top and then painted it, and it's given this really nice, another really nice finish. What I might have to do is just seal it in so that with all the handling and wear and tear, it protects it a lot better. Yeah, so that's my restoration journal that I wanted to share with you, and for you to get a inside look of some of the pieces, some of the paintings. Yeah, I really like it. Okay, so I hope that's been insightful, and I'll see you again.
Mm-hmm.